Had a kind of a up and down weekend. A lot going on. A little down and out on certain things, and then I heard good friend of mine, his pet passed away, and I know how important his pet was to him. So took a long walk, and I just started questioning myself about what are the right questions to ask. I've been in mergers and acquisitions for a long time, and it's always about the question. It's not always about the answer. It's like attorneys. They already know the answer. So the question is the key. So that's kind of my approach tonight is this is Rock Talk 45. Rock Talk 45. Wow. So I'm getting close to 50 videos on live. And as you know, I'm working really well with getting monetized. So I got some travel coming up. So I wanted to see if anybody wanted to talk about what's coming up with them and some of the right questions that they may ask. What's going on with them? So that's basically what today's live is about, is asking the right question. Not always knowing the answer. You'll be surprised many times about the answer. But if you don't ask the right question, you'll never get to the truth. Because the truth could come up in different ways. Hi, Junior, how are you? I don't know who Jeff Jeffrey is, or Jerry. You've been here before, right? Garza, you've been here before. So today I want to talk about questions, the right questions to ask people. I'm doing good, Harold. How are you, kid? Oh, I didn't know Jeff Jeffrey is a wrestler. I thought he was a porn star. Oh my God. Harold, are you up late? What are you, 6 hours ahead of Florida? 6 or 7, okay. So what's going on? Anybody got some big questions to deal with this week? That's kind of my topic, is asking the right questions. I've been in business a long time, and it's always about the question. It's not about the answer. It's about the question that you control to ask. And that could be in a relationship. It could be in business. It could be your kids. It could be your teachers, whatever. 4 a.m. Gooning and edging. Well, how you doing, Craig? Craig, I don't want to talk to you. 7 o'clock, Boston and New York. Don't even go there. Craig, today's topic is asking the right question. All weekend, I've been thinking about questions, not knowing the answer. And that's what attorneys are about. The attorneys always have to ask. You know how they say attorneys ask the questions, they already know the answer? Well, in consulting, you hope to know the answer, but when you ask the right question, guess what you get? The truth. In marriages, too. Yeah, in marriages and relationships. If you ask the right question, you're going to see through behavior or response or gestures what the truth is. DTI. Okay. Frosty. What's going on, everybody? Everybody okay? Yeah, the body language is big time, man. Big time. See if you're loved or you're not loved. And as you get older, you have to make decisions, man. you really have to decide. I've been a student of business for so long, I more or less, my tuition could tell me a lot about people. But when it comes down to relationships and women and marriage, I have no clue. You know why? I'm too trusting. I'm too trusting. I know too much about business. Hey, DTI. Okay. We got a hello. We got people giving me hearts and thumbs up and subscribes. It all helps. It keeps me going. Hi, Johnny. I think Johnny's been here before. Yeah. So it's a Sunday evening here in Florida. Yeah, I probably blocked you if you're messing with me. Because I take life serious, man. You know what I mean? I got too many good, trusting community. You see? Bingo. Bingo. Day's going good. I bowled good. I took a lesson today, and I'm starting to get that ball hooked. I'm starting to feel good about myself. I'm getting more confident when I'm bowling now. Put what on the table? Life? Putting that on the table is right. I'm a type of guy, hi Kelly, I'm one of these guys that I'd rather confront and know the truth. Even if it's bad, I'd rather know the truth so I could cut it out, and then leave. Craig, I don't know, man. I got a good video going out today. I was on a dating app, Bumble. And you know what I like about Bumble? The women have to pay, the men have to pay, and the women get back to you if there's an interest. And I've never talked to this woman on the phone before. We text back and forth. And today I talked to her because I'll be in California, and I said, maybe we can get together or whatever. Well, within the first 5 minutes, she started talking about traveling. And most men don't have money to travel. And I'm like, oh, okay. It was kind of interesting. But when she said, I'm not going to, what's the word? I'm not going to settle. I said, hold it here. Isn't that go both ways? Men and women? Who's going to settle? In the first 5 minutes of their discussion. It's kind of crazy, man. Okay. Yeah, I know how to invest in certain things. I'm more conservative, though. Oh, you like my video on catfishing? Frosty, I have no clue who you are. You got to prove yourself, man. And if Craig says, hey, these people know, my team knows more about trolls than I do and catfish. I'm just learning. I'm too trusting. You know what I'm saying? Craig, it's kind of weird when you hear that shit, man. Oh my God. I mean, doesn't that turn you off right away? And by the way, I'm still in the lust-love litigation mode, even though I was back in high school. I can't find any lust anymore. You know what I mean? I'm 70 years old. What are you going to do? Salute, respect, and support. You got it. Hey, Kelly. Is Kelly a man or a woman? Because we usually get 80% men, 20% women, but the women are much stronger than the men. And the men are scared. Or should I say I am? Crunch. I'm not going there, man. I change your situation. Kevin, how you doing, brother? I'm assuming you're Monday, right? We're Sunday, you're Monday in Australia? Or New Zealand, I'm sorry. So, Kelly's a female. Hey, you guys, we got a woman here to judge or at least test your responses. Right, Kelly? And Kelly, there's a lot of guys here that are single that are anti-relationship. I'm not anti-relationship. Kevin's on Monday. He's a bowler. Hey, Kevin, I took a lesson today, and I bowled pretty good, man. I'm starting to get that release, that hook. I'm trying to get that hook. Here's a good one, Kelly. Scared of divorce, not marriage. I agree. And that's where I've been. Married twice, 12 years each time. Frosty's single. Okay. Great job. Thank you. Now, what was I going to say about, I got a lot of stuff coming back, man, because it's what we call fourth quarter is the pink slip. A lot of people get in America, white collar guys get laid off fourth quarter. Fourth quarter is always tough. Labor Day is always tough because people are going to lose their jobs. And right now, the economy here in the U.S., we have no clue what's going on, man. You know what I mean? So, yeah, the stock market's doing well and so on, but we gotta get some other activity going on, especially reducing the cost of food and necessities, essentials for people. That's the key. That's the key for Trump right now. I know he's trying to work on all these other things, but we got to get this economy rolling, man. You know? Kelly, here we go. Kelly's hardworking. Excellent. Scared of responsibilities? Who? Not us. Not this. Not my community. My community is hardworking people. There you go. Hey, what's this bullshit about excuses? If you were fired, there's a reason. And by the way, you might have been at your bad situation. So when you get fired, what happens? Get your ass up. You know who not to work for now, right? And you got to pick the right horse. How many times do I have to say, pick the right horse in your career, your school, your relationships, your marriages, all the things that I didn't do right. I made a lot of mistakes in my life. Well, if you were the top performer, something happened. It could have been jealousy. It could have been envy. You could have been the top producer. I'm not sure. But you got to listen to guys like employers like Kevin. He's an employer. If you're a top employer, top performer, he's going to take care of you, just like I would take care of you. But there's no games. There's no games, man. And I'm getting sick of these lawsuits, this bullshit lawsuit shit. See? Kevin knows. He's been there, done that. And then he's going to work until he retires. Mike, I don't know who you're talking to. It better not be me. Otherwise, you're troll material. Okay, Callie, you're a woman. You say you're young. You say you're a girl. If you're a girl, you're young. Look at these guys. These guys are our hard-working guys. I call them blue collar. They're breadwinners. They've been through hell. I've been through hell. There, Craig. Listen, these guys are giving you tips, man. Because you could see me, I dive right into it, and I don't blame the employer. I blame myself, and I blame the person until you find what you need. And that's what I mean about find your purpose. But you got to make a living too, you know? Craig, look at Frosty saying starting to study. Is it too late to study? I don't think. I study all the time. I studied this weekend. That's why I didn't come on last night. I was still studying. And I was in turmoil because of Boston Red Sox. Son of a bitch. Kelly, where are you located? Are you U.S.? And how'd you find RockTalk? Tovar, Miami. I'm West Palm Beach. Tovar, there was a baseball player in Minnesota years ago called Caesar Tovar. Utility guy, good guy. See, Frosty? What did I say? Kelly, you're Colombian. Oh, Colombian, so you're bilingual, correct? You could find a job. If you're bilingual, it's fantastic. Look at Craig. You know, a lot of you guys know my story. I was forced out of my own job. I was like Steve Jobs. Get the fuck out of here. After I built the company, but I only had 40%. So they said, fuck you, LaManna. Get out of here. And I had to go. And did I ever go back to work for anybody? Anybody know that I never went back to work for anybody after that? Colombia, probably Bogota. She's in Miami. Look at Kelly's 2 jobs. Frosty, where are you located? And how old are you? There's Kelly. Loves to work. Finally. And here's how I look at it. It's not work. My father told me 50 years ago, Rock, I never worked a day in my life. I love what I did. That's the difference. Frosty's India. India's a tough place to be, man. And they don't pay much. We all know that, right? Kelly, how'd you find us? RockTalk. Was it just through a short, or how'd you find me? Do people know me in Miami? Okay, Frosty, 94. That's good. You speak English? You living with your parents? Are you providing at all? Helping your parents? Okay. You shouldn't have a hard time getting a job. It's just that they don't want to pay. And I know very good, Kelly. I know when the India community comes to the United States and buys a business, they have a really tough time with the culture. And the employees have a hard time working for Indians and their culture. In fact, I know a deal that went down and it was bad. It was bad. Kelly's independent. Don't they all say that? Kelly, I'm teasing. You shouldn't have brought that up because I think all the guys are going to... Independent? Come on. Nobody's independent. Everybody needs somebody. Okay? Everybody. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Worldwide consultants. A good place to work, but you know, it's short time. It's very short term. Who's that, Stephen? Who? You mean the wrestler? Well, who's got a big week coming up? Anybody got a big week? Oh, a Norwegian hiker. Oh. No. That's a dangerous sport. Hiking, mountain climbing, all that shit. Manitoba. It's Canada. Canada, what are they cutting a deal with Trump? Something with the tariffs? See, Kevin? He's every week. You know why? Because you make things happen. Make things happen. Be prepared. Be prepared for good things. It's called opportunities. You got to be prepared for opportunities. And then something bad happens, cut it out and move on, man. And that includes your kids and your spouses and everything else. Everybody's got something. My dad would always say, everybody's got something, right? Some issues. Yeah, Craig, I took a walk today, at least an hour. I did 4 short videos. I got a lot on my mind lately. And a buddy of mine, he's got some health issues, and a friend of mine lost his dog this weekend. He had to put him down after 15 years. In the meantime, he lost his wife 5 years ago. So, and what I've learned is just so you're there. You know what I mean? You can't really make up things. Just tell people that you're there and that if they need to talk to you. And that's what I enjoy about YouTube and TikTok. Yep. Kevin's a hustler. You know, people talk about being hustled. No, that's not what I mean. I'm talking about grit. You got to have grit, persistence, resilience. And sometimes you got to make some tough decisions, man. And when you make tough decisions, it's usually for not only yourself, it's for your team. If your team's a family, if your team's employees, it comes first. Well, Frosty, you got to keep going now. What are you going to do? You said you lost your job. What are you on YouTube for? You got to get out there and you got to hustle. You need a resume? I don't believe in LinkedIn. I believe in networking. You know, you got to know people, man. Got to know someone to put you in front of somebody. Yeah. You know what I mean? You have to have a reputation, a good reputation, that somebody's going to refer you to someone that needs you. See, Craig? Persevere. It's not easy to get beat up, you know, and then get up the next day. Especially when you're betrayed. When you're fucking betrayed, man. And as I mentioned before, when you get older, it's not, what do I look like in 10 years? What do I look like in 5 years? Like when you're raising the kids at home, and let's say they're 21, you know, where are they 5 years from now? Are they still at 26 at home, or are they doing something? You know what I mean? And you can't control someone else's life. Even if they don't want to work for you or whoever, you got to kick them in the ass, man, to find something. Okay, Red Joker, only you would know that. What's a comfortable life? That's where I talk about budget. What's your budget? You should know your budget. I believe in trying to save 25% of your income, either monthly or annually. That's what I shot for in my life. Even though I heard, 10%. 10% give to the church and 10% to save. Fuck that, man. You need to grow. But once you learn how to produce and save, and the times get better. You know, when you're in your 20s, that's startup, man. That's like the minor leagues. When you're in 30 and you're 40, you're in your prime, man. You're in your prime. You got to be making money. You know, and then if you got kids, you got college, you got a mortgage, you got a spouse. Frosty's never going to give up. No, there's times when you give up, when you know it's not going to work. Okay? Give it a shot, but there's times when you say, hey, okay, now I need to move on. It's kind of like a relationship. You know, if somebody's bringing you down, if it's toxic, you got to cut it off, man. You move on. Well, I don't know about, you know, if it makes any difference. You have no kids. I don't know if you're living alone or if you got a partner or whatever it is. You got to put a budget together. And then it's like a marriage. It's like a business. You got to have a budget. You got to have your expenses. You got to have your assets. You got to have your liabilities. And it's a slow process, man. This rich quick doesn't happen. I don't believe in that. I wasn't raised that way. I was raised that you save for a rainy day. You know what, Frosty? I don't believe in excuses. Whatever happens, happens. I was married at 22. I had no fucking clue what the hell I was doing. I just know I like my job. I like my career. And once I liked my career, that came first. And then 12 years later, my ex-wife at the time said, that's not for me. Goodbye. And 50% or more went away. So I had to make all that up. Yeah. And, you know, people talk about different generations. You know, my dad's still alive. He's the greatest generation. And I know guys in their 80s, 70s, 60s, 20. I'm talking to you guys. 20s, 30s. Great. You know? No excuses, guys. No excuses. I had a call this week from a guy on LinkedIn. He looked me up and he goes, Rock, you know, I sold my business in his 50s, U.S. I sold my business a couple of years ago and I'm married. I always ask these questions. You married? Yes. You got kids? Yes. College? Yes. You sold a couple of years ago. And he goes, Rock, I'm bored. I don't know what to do. And I can't find a job. Who wants a job? Who wants a job? You're in your 50s and you sold your business? You have to find out what you want to do. That's the biggest thing about mergers and acquisitions that I was involved with. When somebody's buying a business, there's a fucking plan. I'm going to grow this business 10 times, 7 times, or whatever. A seller is like, oh, I got all the money in the world. Now what do I do? They call that post-transaction. You should have a plan. I remember when I was 39, I was being forced out of my company, but I had enough money to start up my own business. Didn't know what kind of business I was going to have, so I started up a consulting firm, not knowing what I was going to do. But I was a sales guy, and I was pretty confident what I did to the point where competition wanted to hire me. But I had a non-compete. And by the way, my competition, they weren't very sharp. So why would I work for somebody that's not very sharp? And that kid, no matter how much I was paid, couldn't get to the finish line. In other words, they couldn't implement a plan, they couldn't execute a plan, and they were given the business by their father and their grandfather. It's very typical in printing. I'm in printing. So what did I do? I figured it out. I went to the library a lot. This is all before the internet. What do you call it? email, mobile phones, all that stuff started mid 90s. Computers. We were buying Macintosh computers at the time. Steve Jobs was the guy. We didn't know what technology was doing with Gates and Jobs and those guys. Didn't know. But today I look back and I go, holy shit, man. I've had some great experiences. And that's why I love technology now, you see. Look at, I'm on YouTube. And to me, it's a business. No, it's not hard to learn at 35. No, it's not. I learned, hey, I just talked to you guys about learning Wi-Fi. I go on YouTube, I go on AI, and I figure it out. And I ask questions. I ask people, help me. Help me get to what I need to do. Wi-Fi. I needed Wi-Fi. I was falling apart on Wi-Fi. I know Kevin. See, Kevin, he's working. He comes in at lunch, checks out my shit and my YouTube live, the replay, responds. Craig's another guy. 35, responds to my stuff about catfishing. He's a pro. Hey, you guys are all good, man. You see, Craig should be coaching this Red Joker. Listen, your 40s and your 50s, think about this. You got to look at your own personal situation. You know? You have to look at your own personal situation. Then you have to put goals together. Because either way, first of all, you want to get to the finish line with your health. That's number one. But I'll tell you, if you can go to sleep with no financial frustrations, that's a big win, man. Because as you get older, it's usually your health. I hope I'm being tested for sleep apnea according to my doctor because my blood, something's low. I don't know. I always thought sleep apnea was a mask and all that shit. No, it's you could die at night by not breathing, you know? You see Craig? He's betting on the come. He's got an LLC, and he works at the same time. I believe in multiple incomes. I don't care if it's freelance job and a work job and a gig or whatever it is. As you get older, it's multiple incomes. And in my case, I got Social Security. Okay? Then I also have retirement funds. And I'm betting on YouTube and TikTok, very minimal, but it's evergreen. It's for my grandkids and stuff like that. So to me, and I live amongst my means, you know what I mean? I try to live with no debt, and I just pay my monthly fixed costs. But I'm not drinking and partying, and I'm not that type of guy. Look at Grace. 2 jobs, same employee. So she trusts her employee. Got 2 paychecks. You know, it's funny you bring that up, Grace. My dad, when I was very young, my dad was working. We have 11 kids. But he worked for 3 different companies in the same building. My dad was so good, so he got 3 checks. But guess what happened? The 3 guys broke up. And why did they break up? Because the wives were thinking their husbands were working more, they should get paid more. So guess what? There was envy and jealousy. And the other thing that was involved, alcohol. So my dad had to make a choice. Which one was he going to go with? And he went with the right one. And the guy offered him a 20% position in the company, sweat equity. But he had to pay him each time a profit. He had to pay him for this 20%. That went on for 40 years. My dad eventually bought that guy out, his other 80%. I mean, it's a love story, man. but that's unusual. So he started in the 40s. He bought the business in 80, and my dad sold it in 1990. Yeah, and guess who followed his father as a mentor? Guess who? Yep. I learned everything from my dad when it came down to business. And the number one thing, Grace, was ethics and integrity. We had 3M as our number one customer. Now everybody knows 3M out of Minnesota. And we were producing unique, innovative products worldwide. Grace, you've been here before. Where are you? What location are you? Are you male or female? We're trying to get more women to straighten out these guys. Oh, Grace, I'm West Palm Beach. How'd you find us, Grace? A short, a YouTube, or just live? Frosty, I don't know if your dad's negative or what. Yeah, Craig knows 3M. 3M's big in Massachusetts. Oh, Grace. Grace popped up on the feed. Good. Subscribe. I got a bunch of crazy people here. We talk about everything. I call it Rock Talk. My name is Rock LaManna. We talk about everything. We talk business. We talk dating apps. We talk death. We talk finance. We talk about anything. And I come on 4 or 5 times a week on live. Thanks, Grace. Hearts, we get everything. Hearts, thumbs up, the whole 9 yards. Now, she's in Florida. Are you still employed, Grace? Are you retired? Before I forget, Fred or Craig, what's for supper? Oh, Grace is employed. Okay. Do we have any UPS or USPS fleet FedEx drivers, DHL? There's a lot in the news about you guys. And by the way, they're hiring, for seasonal work, part-time work, full-time work. I think it's tough out there, man, this fourth quarter. I call it pink slip quarter. It's going to be tough, man. White-collar recession. And if you're over 50, 55, good luck getting a job. I think it's getting worse and worse. Wow, tacos. Oh, my God. Now I'm hungry. Grace, are you a cook? These guys keep talking to me about how good they cook. Well, is that the attitude your parents are bringing to you, Frosty? She can cook. See, I'm Catholic. I believe, I have a deep faith, and I think hope. I think optimistically. I try to educate, encourage, empower. That's what I like doing. But if you get a negative attitude, I mean, come on. So Craig, Grace is a cook. Who's the other one? Is it Bonnie? Barbara. Where in the hell has she been? What do you mean just vids? You're 45 with 2. What do you need more? More kids? Today, 3 kids is a big family. Shit. How can people afford it? I don't know, man. I love babies. I mean, I'm one of 11 and we're all alive, and my parents got over 100 descendants and no special needs. That's the thing about it, that, my parents got these great genes. I think I mentioned my dad's going to be 100 in February. I hear he went to the casino today with my sister, my dad. He likes the casino. I think he counts cards. Grace, welcome to RockTalk. Make sure you hit the button so when I don't schedule, I just come on. Frosty, it's about time. But here's the thing. You may never change your parents' attitude because they could have been brought up that way. You're going to have to break the chains. You know what I mean? I believe I broke the chains of my 10 brothers and sisters because I went out on my own. And the rest of them, I only have one other brother that went on his own. In India, they probably do that, My dad was so proud of having 11 kids and no twins and one wife. He was proud of that. I don't blame him. I had 3 kids with one woman, but 2 wives and 2 divorces. Okay, Frosty. So when you come in, you start talking about something positive. Not about, my parents think I'm going to die a dog. No, I don't want to hear that shit. We want to hear that you're going to do something with your life. Gisela, you're back. Where you been? You come in late. I only got 15 more minutes before I go eat because Craig made me hungry now. And I want to see the Yankees up by 5 by the time I get off. You know what, Craig, it might not be enough. Oh my God. Okay, now I've got to stretch my legs, man. Shit. I did a long walk today, and I bowled a few games. I was coached. Doing good. Yeah, and he's really sharp. He's actually pissed off half the time. You got to get him at the right moment, and that's why I'm very cautious when I call my dad. He's either pissed or he's really pissed. And we will do FaceTime. And I don't want to talk about anything but sports because he wants to bring up stuff that I don't want to deal with the family, if you know what I mean. Because I kind of got out of the drama of our family. I said, I don't need this shit. 71, that's how old I am, Frosty. 71. And look at my attitude. I'm not going to die like a dog. Okay. Is anybody there? No more hearts? No more thumbs up? No more subscriptions? Thanks, Grace. Grace, what part of Florida are you in? Grace Mercy must be Catholic. I'm Catholic. Miami, yeah, you mentioned that. I'm in West Palm. Yeah, I know. I got 10 brothers and sisters, and I'm close to 3. My dad and I have more of a business relationship. And my mom and I were cool. My mom was unconditional love. And she named me too, by the way, Rock. So I give her a lot of credit. And I have her eyes, and I have her face. I look more Polish than I do Italian. Yes, 10 brothers, and we're all alive. 79 to 60. 8 boys, 3 girls. Red Joker. Okay, so you're number 1 of 6. Red Joker, where are you located again? You've been here before. Where are you located? You U.S.? Oh, New York. Oh, you got something going on over there. You're mayor. Are you near the city, or are you north, or what? I've been to Albany years ago. Albany. You're Red Joker. All your family live up there, New York, or did anybody move? Are you going to stay up there, or are you going to move down south, like most New Yorkers do? I don't want to hear about it, Frosty. You told us you're the fastest worker, but you've been laid off twice in the last year. And if you got that type of resume, no problem you're going to find a job. No problem. So when you come on next time, you say you got a job. Well, they didn't appreciate it, did they? Because you were the highest performer and they let you go. That tells you something. Oh, yeah. How old are you, Red? How old are you? Oh, you're young, man. What the hell's that? We have lesbian, gay guys in our family. It's no problem. And we're Catholic, so it's like no problem. Craig, you see what I mean? You know, what the hell's going on in this world? In families, there's going to be regret. There's going to be regret. And Red's the oldest one. I mean, come on. My oldest brother, he wasn't perfect, but I still respect him. I'm not gonna criticize my 10 brothers and sisters. Yeah, Red, we were pretty cool because most of the kids came out and it was okay, no problem. We're actually pretty close at the 11 kids. What do you mean? The picture of me? Where? Red, you just, you got to be your own man, man. Even if he is, it's okay because he's communicating. It's good for my algorithm. We need more women on this. I want these women that beat the guys up. That's what I want. Not me, you guys. Thanks, Red. Frosty's Frosty's getting pumped. Hey, just because you're motivated now doesn't mean tomorrow you're going to be motivated. You got to get up and do something. And you're going to have to do something that your parents don't like. Are you living at home, Frosty? Number one, get out of the house. Get a job and get out of the house. Gisela, That's such a nice name. Okay. Do I sound like a dad now? Get the hell up and go get a job. Now I sound like my dad. Listen to this. Okay, I'm going to give you one story, and it's a true story. Okay? And I'm serious. My brother is number 7. We go by numbers. I'm number 5. My brother's number 7. He's 4 years younger than me. I got a sister after me and then my brother. And my brother's a dude, man. I mean, when he was in his 20s, he's like 6'2", good-looking guy. A lot of girls after him. In real estate, drove caddies all the time. You know, that whole image back in, that was probably the 80s. And he told me one time when we were walking, he goes, Dad walked in the bedroom. I had just got home like 4 o'clock in the morning. It was a Saturday morning. And my brother says that Dad walks in at 7-ish. And he's like, oh, it's all tired and shit. My dad took the cover off him and said, get up, you're moving out today. My dad bought a 4-plex or a 7-plex or something like this, and he made my brother move out and move into one of the units to be the property manager. No shit. And guess what? My brother ended up buying that unit from my dad. That's how my dad motivated us. Get the hell up and get out of here. And he gave him a piece of the action, which was, you're going to work. You're going to work for hardly anything, but you get free rent. And by the way, you got to cut the grass and do all the maintenance and everything else. And years later, he ended up buying that 7-plex. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, this, you want to talk stories. Oh, man, we have them. So nothing's going to surprise me. Nothing. Guys that are out of work, no excuse. You're gay, I don't care. Get out there and do it. It's your life. You know? No, Craig wasn't a bad deal. And he ended up selling it and making a ton of money. You see? My dad gave us a lot of opportunities, man. You know, it was what you call tough love, right? Tough love. We were told if you're not going to college or going to school at 18, get the hell out. Go get married. Go get married meant go get a job. And then you got double the trouble, right? Yeah. Most of my family is married for 40, 50 years. Oh, yeah. They're married. I've been 25 marriages, 25 years of marriage and 2 divorces. But that's okay. That was my life. But I had a 50-year business career. I made up for it. Okay. I have 7-8 minutes left because I try to hit it at 61. Craig's going to make me eat. I haven't been seeing any hearts or any thumbs up if there's anybody else. Keep passing it on. Keep passing it on of Crazyville. Should we call this Crazyville? I don't know. Frosty wants to marry a rich girl. I'm not going to answer that. I want the team to answer it. Grace, Gisela, is that a woman? I want the women to answer, and I want my guys that have been married, divorced, and say, what's their recommendation? Because this kid is 30, right? Frosty, you're 30? I got kids almost 50. And am I going to tell them to get married for money? Or what they say today, make sure you marry right. Come on. Who's going to answer Frosty? Look at how they back off. Oh my God. Frosty, you got to listen to my YouTubes. Look at Grace. Marry for love. Grace, I married for love. First of all, okay, Gisela's a female. I call it the 3 L's. The 3 L's. When you're young, you're looking at a woman or the opposite sex and you're going, that's lust. I call it the 3 L's. That's lust. Then, number 2L, you fall in love. So there's lust, love, and then like in my case, 12 years later, there's litigation. So you can't take my advice, Frosty. Let's see what Grace has to say. Grace already said you got to marry for love. Okay. Gisela, she's a woman. Craig says don't marry a gold digger. How do you know? How do you know? I was lucky. I married my high school sweetheart, so I got 3 kids from the first marriage. Second marriage, no children. She had no children. Also, I had no drama except that it was a taker. It was a sugardaddy.com. And I'm a slow learner, man. I have a daughter. I have 2 boys and a girl. My daughter's the youngest. And she was the most difficult. Boys, you could kick him in the ass. Right? Why do you think my dad loved 8 boys? Kick him in the ass. Because you know what they're thinking. Girls, you have no clue. We couldn't touch the girls. We would get scratched. It was like cats, and they'd throw shit at you. When my parents would be at a hockey game or something like that, hardly ever went out. I mean, what kind of dating do you do when you got 11 kids? Big fights, though, man. Big fights. My daughter, I was divorced, and she was like 5. So like my boys always say, Dad, you didn't bring up Laura. And I believe that. You know what I mean? Her mother influenced her a lot. Amir, I don't know who you are. Is this first time? This is how you introduce yourself? What happened to the respect about introducing yourself? I got a community here. These are good people. We don't play around. There's no bad talk. Trolls are out. Trolls are out. You know? Here, I got another one. Pink. So that's it. And people want to know, I'm American. I'm American. What else you want to know? So we got 3 minutes, 2 minutes left. Did we answer your question? We got somebody from Iran. First time. How'd you find out about us? Yes, Red Joker, just the same thing. You got to introduce yourself. We call it respect. Random. Okay. Frosty, we'll see you. Come back. Come back with a job. How you did it. I want to thank everybody that comes on here. I know it's getting better though, you know what I mean? Because we're starting to know who we are. I don't know, I try to. I've been pretty busy and I got a lot of traveling coming up, man. And I really don't like traveling. Well, we don't talk politics here. We don't talk politics. We look for peace. But the first place we look for peace is in our hearts and our homes. That's what we look for. And we got some really great people here, man. We got some great people here. But Red, I'm very spontaneous. Hit that, if you're subscribed, hit that button. I guess it's a bell. Hit that and you'll get notified. You know? That's it. I think it's going to be a big week this week, politically anyway. So you got to think for yourselves, man. But I got to be on a flight on Thursday. And I return Labor Day. But I'm going to my grandchildren. I got a grandson and a granddaughter, both in college. So I'm going to go visit them and show them who Papa Rock is. I'm looking forward to it. It's my son and his wife, and they're two smart kids, and I'm really proud of them. They did a lot to get him into these good schools. You know what I mean? I could have never gone to these schools with my ACT and ST. What's the other one? What's the other? ACT and SET, right? SET. The ACT, I was in college on an academic probation. But I played hockey, so they wanted me to play hockey. But it worked okay. It worked okay. I ended up okay. No matter how many kicks I got, I ended up doing okay. And that's what I want everybody to do here. Be positive, sleep tight, always come back. Don't be afraid to ask anything. You know, like Red, no problem, Red. You're accepted. No, there's no hate here. You know, the other one I hear is religious hate and Asian hate. What's that all about? Come on. Don't we all have challenges in life? The big thing is not only our own lives, but our ancestry, our families, our descendants. We're good examples, you know. That's what I'm proud. That's why I'm on YouTube, is because my grandkids, when they see me down the road when I'm gone, they go, God, Papa Rock was, I get it. I get why Papa Rock was the way he was. You know? So you guys, I'm 62 minutes. I'm going to fly. You know where I'm at. So watch my shorts, my YouTubes, comment, but come back. Craig, I noticed you sent me something on catfishing. I'm not done with that subject. There you go, Red, ACT, SAT. I was on academic probation. But I got through. But I was chasing anyway, you know. I got by in education, but I was still chasing. I was more of a sales guy, you know. All right, everybody. God bless you. I'll talk to you soon, okay? Sleep well. Get up. Go for it. God bless.